Hello everyone, so today I want to share with you my experience using the Activo P1 or an advanced MP3 player or an iPod, or if you're so young and you don't know any of these, basically it's a machine that plays music through your headphones or earphones or earbuds. So these things typically don't have speakers on them, and therefore they're going to come with headphone jacks. And this one has one 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the left, and then a 4.4 millimeter balanced headphone jack on the right. Okay, let's take a look at the bottom. It's made by Astell&Kern, so they are a Korean company that specializes in audiophile products. This one is $350 or a bit more, depending on where you're getting it from. Their other products are much more expensive and high-end. Who knows what the audiophiles are buying? On the left, you have a micro SD card slot, so you can load your own music here, and it's going to read directly from your micro SD card. You have a USB-C charging port. Here it says it's actually made in Korea. And then you have two buttons here. The one on the left that looks like a flower, it's for playback control. So you can pause, play if you press once. If you want to go to the next song, you press twice. If you want to go back, you press 3 times in a row. And then on the right, you have your power button, or just turning on your screen. You can press this one. On the other side, you have a plus and a minus. These are for volume control. So I think the buttons are well designed, even though they're a bit plasticky, but I think the point is just that you don't have to take them out of your pocket. You can feel the difference quite easily with the plus and the minus instead of triangles, let's say. And with the playback control, you don't need to touch a screen when you're listening to your music. So I think that's pretty neat. One complaint I have is the bump, right? There's a bump here, so it's gonna be a bit tilted if you put it like this. Look, okay, it's pretty slight, but it's what it is. It's not very not a big problem, just pretty minor. Let's turn it on. So I do want to mention that I bought this because I have a lot of local files. I don't have any subscriptions. I want to be closer to my music. I want all of them on a device. I don't want algorithms telling me what to listen to. So that's kind of why I bought this, despite having a smartphone, and obviously the headphone jack is also essential. I don't like dongles. They're just so god awful. Right, so let's take a look at the home screen. Okay, so while it's loading, it shouldn't take long. Normally, it's a little bit faster. Here it is. So it's gonna show you the most recently played music. Okay, I don't know how many it loads. By the way, I'm recording with one hand, so it might be a bit unstable, so forgive me for that. Let's take a look at the folder. We have all the songs alphabetically, and this is just the speed at which it loads. And then let's take a look at this one. So yeah, so it's gonna shuffle. Okay, but it depends on your setting here. So if you didn't do the shuffling here, then it actually is just going to play from the very first song, from the very first one on the list. Let's not play. Let's go to the album. So yeah, again, this is one view, and again, if you don't have art, they're gonna preload the default geometric picture here. Another view is like a bigger album art. Okay, or you can do the list view like this, alphabetically. Then we can move on to the artists. They don't have pictures of the artists, so you're just gonna have to scroll alphabetically. You can go for search. Let's see, ba So yeah, these are my ABBA songs, okay, for example. Cool. Then genre, I don't really use this one. Playlists. So they have a most played playlist, and then they have a recently added. They do not have play count, not like the old iTunes. That's fine. You can create your own playlists. And then you have a folder option. So it shows the internal storage and your micro SD. This is kind of cool. So you can go in here and what you can do is you can actually edit the tags. This is really neat. So basically you don't have to use a computer to change the information on the files. So I think this is another way that this brings me closer to my music. I don't like another intermediary thing to control the information on my music, you know? So I like how localized everything is. Okay, other than that, we have HD audio, high-res audio, and DSD. And there is also a favorite tab. So for example, when you're playing this, you're gonna see this heart, and you can check, uncheck, and then it's gonna be on your favorite playlist. Right. Let's not play. Let's go to the best part of the device, which is a bare minimum Google. It doesn't have any bloatware, and the battery life is very decent. I would say I charge maybe twice per week, and I use it every day, couple of hours. It's not mathematical, not precise, but it's good enough. It's really good. Let's take a look at some cool apps. So the Pocket Casts is for podcasts, and the other ones are just for my personal learning, studying. But let's see if we can use Strava, okay? So you don't need to see my running record. Let's see. Okay. So once you get onto Strava, it's gonna say location service is off. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can use it. It says it's not available, all right? So that's that. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna delete this app. So you can just do this. You're gonna delete. That's it. It's very simple. Another one I want to show you is CD Leco. So this is like a Japanese app. So this company makes CD burners, and what it does, it has its own file system, and if you use your CD burner, you can connect to this device wirelessly, and then basically once you burn the CD, the files are going to be loaded onto the device directly without bypassing your SD card. MD is another way of getting music files. It's an old format. So you can bypass your micro SD card, and you can basically not use any computer or anything to put files onto this device. So again, this is just something small that brings you a little bit closer to your music. I don't know if you think that makes any sense. So yeah, so that's it. So if you didn't need anything, you could potentially have a completely neat empty app drawer, and it's gonna be so good because you don't need to log into your Google account. So this would really feel like a really simple, minimalistic, neat device. Okay, so that's it. We can take a look at settings, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the general stuff. You can use an equalizer. I don't really. You can save your own profile. So for example, I can create a new profile this way, and I can just add and save, and this is my new profile. Okay, so I have multiple profiles. You can delete them. Delete. Okay, anyway. So these are some options. There is a line out option, which means you can connect this wired to some speaker, I think, and you can change the power of this device. And that is it. And I don't want to make this too long, too detailed. So if there's anything you wanna ask me, you can just leave a comment. Finally, let's just take a look at the size. This is an iPhone SE3, so it's a bit smaller than the smallest iPhone. Okay, let's just put it that way. It is a little bit thicker, but overall it is pretty light. I would say it's no more than a phone. I think it's actually lighter than a regular big phone, you know? So that is all, and I hope you got your information you needed. Again, just ask me anything, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.